Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. Today, the 6th of March, 2026, a series of documents hit the public docket in the high-profile case of State of Idaho versus Stacey James Wondra. And one of the items that were docketed today, the March 5th, 2026 order binding the defendant over to district court. And it reads in relevant part as follows. The above entitled matter was before the court from March 3rd to March 5th, 2026 for a preliminary hearing on the charges of and the four charges that have been brought against Mr. Wondra by the state of Idaho are listed here. This order continues. The Honorable Brian D. Lee presided. The state was represented by Payette County Prosecutor Mike Duke. The defendant appeared in person and through counsel Anthony Ray Geddes, Isaiah Ligovia, Abby King Broyles. The court reviewed the evidence and testimony and concluded that there is substantial evidence that the public offenses listed above were committed in Payette County and found probable cause to believe the defendant committed said offenses. It is therefore ordered that the defendant be bound over to the district court and held to answer to the charges listed above. Bond status. The defendant's bail is hold without bond. The defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff. The court ordered the defendant to stay in contact with his or her attorney and attend all future court proceedings. The defendant is ordered to appear on April 15th, 2026 at 10 a.m. before the Honorable Gabriel J. McCarthy for the arraignment. It is so ordered. And then page 2 of this document indicates dated March 5th, 2026, signed Judge Brian D. Lee. So we see here that the preliminary hearing indeed only went 3 days, that the court found not just that there was probable cause, but there was substantial evidence that the public offenses listed above, as is written here, were committed in Payette County and that the defendant committed said offenses. This also indicates who the district court judge will now be. According to this court order, Judge Gabriel J. McCarthy, that is the district court judge that will presumably take over matters now, possibly through trial. The next court appearance is scheduled for April 15th, 2026 per this court order at 10 a.m. And it is explained here that this is the arraignment. And this is when it is anticipated that Mr. Wondra will stand up in open court and the judge will read the charges to him and asks him how he pleads. That is what's done at arraignment, guilty or not guilty. There are several other documents that are available in addition to this order binding the defendant over to district court that are now available for the public's review, and this is completely free of charge. State of Idaho's Cases of Interest webpage, which is maintained by the Idaho Supreme Court. The court minutes for the preliminary hearing day 3 are here. An amended complaint that was filed is here. The order of arraignment is here. A motion to seal certain records pursuant to Idaho Court Rule 32, and then an order to seal these records pursuant to Idaho Court Rule 32. We will continue to keep you posted as further developments arise. But again, the news is that the court has found probable cause after the 3-day preliminary hearing to hold Mr. Wondra over for trial. This matter is now going to proceed in district court with arraignment coming up next month. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.